Exploring. Great. Any more? Exploring what? Okay, let's take it from there. What is she doing? What does she want to know? Yes,
It's admired whatever is
in the book. So in form of picture, reading, and something. Is it having any bearing or any link in developing a child's language and literacy? Yes. Keep your answers because we'll come back to them. Yes, it is. So meaning we have a responsibility as early grade teachers to also create such an environment where learners will have that opportunity to also develop their language and literacy. Mostly the first 8 years, we see them as a very crucial and critical age. Why? Because that very age, they develop a lot of their learning patterns when they are very young. So let's look at this. Age 1 to 8. Where would they be? Either KG1, KG2, class 1, 2, or 3. Still, they are with us. So we have to grab that opportunity that I want to pick at it very fast. So what will I also do for them to develop this thing? And it's like, I need age, so it means we have the age which is very critical and formative. And God being so good, we are taking care of those ages. Are we not blessed? We are. So we have to do something so that those learning patterns can be developed. Please are we clear with that? Thank you.
We have the role to play in the development of language and literacy in learners.
I hope you Kasasa, yo. Another one for us. Kasasa. Kasasa. Kasasa, you are sit down. Can we sing for them? There is a fire on the mountain. Run, run, run. There is a fire on the mountain. Run, run, run. There is a fire on the mountain. Run, run, run. There is a fire on the mountain. Run, run, run. Sing. Great. Now please take your letter card. All right. So because I don't know your name, I'll give you my own name. Okay. Amma. Okay. So tell me the letter that you have on your letter card.
Capital E and small e.
Wow, great. Do we all know the sound for this? Do we all know the sound? Can we all mention the sound? Great. Can we write it in the air? Let's all do it. Okay, great. Next person, I think you become a professional. I'll mention your name for me. Ivy. Okay, Sister Ivy.
I have capital H and small h.
Great. Can you also mention your letter?
I have capital H and small.
Okay, good.
Capital F, small f.
Yes, now write it on the floor for me. All of you should write your letter for me. Maybe we have slates, we have papers and pens, not always writing on the floor, but you can also make them use all those things.
And self-expression of learners. So how do we build the self-confidence of a learner? This can be done through role play. So role play, what are some of the things that
we do this?
Okay, you can create a market center or the hospital in your classroom for the children to, explore the things there, to interact more.
Okay, so through this, you see those who are, you see the shy types and then those who are timid performing in the classroom.
So just about what they were talking about, I don't know if we'll be able to, I should have projected this thing. So these are some of the things that they, let's say, you can see it. it will be projected later. And so they are at the shopping center and they are buying and selling. So they are interacting with each other. So meaning
you ask the children more questions, you involve them, because they already have the things in the environment, but they may not know some of their features. So maybe, for example, if you are teaching something like domestic animals to a nursery child, you may say, I have a goat, or who has a goat in the house? Some will raise up their hands and say, I know, I this. Then you ask, how are they? Do they cry? What do they have? How is it? So some of them, those who know, who identify, they give you wrong and correct answers. So after all, you teach them, then you let them know. For example, what does a goat do? A goat bleeds like what? Meh. So maybe a child might not know that. That's how a goat makes a sound, but he has heard of a goat. So the next time when he's moving the community and he heard any sound like meh, he knows that that animal is a goat. Then you also make them identify the objects, identification of objects. So you make your picture clear. You draw the goat, make it colorful for the child to know that this is a goat. So when the child sees the goat, he knows that this is a goat. A goat has a tail or not. A goat has a ear and other things. A goat is hairy. So that you can differentiate between a goat and a bird.
So we're going to blend. As we mention the sound, they will be coming closer. As they are drawing closer, we keep mentioning them faster. Okay, so big move.
So each table will have one blue ball. And then they have rubber band and they form the shape they want. So you ask them to form 5 shapes of their choice. It is always very good for the teacher not to restrict them. Let them come out their own and tell you. So you go to the table and they will tell you the shape they've chosen. You get diversity. But for simplicity, when you are teaching, you will mention the one that you are forming. So what should I triangle? Eh? Can we all call it? What is the shape of this? Again? Wonderful. I have my triangle. So you see, statistics are looking, you fix it this way. She throws it, and the number of cards. So we take it. So that I'm a lefty, that's why. So how you feel comfortable? You throw it and you catch it. Yes.